find out who is the baddest boy on the planet.
Seriously, it's happening. Tyson Fury, the heavyweight boxing champion, and Francis Ngannou, the former UFC heavyweight champion, will face off on October 28th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Fury will fight former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou at the end of October in Saudi Arabia. Fury will put his undefeated record on the line in one of the richest fights in history.
It'll be a straight-up boxing match in a traditional boxing ring, with all the standard rules in play. Naturally, this announcement has sparked immediate excitement, leading us to thoroughly analyze the fighters and predict how things might unfold in the upcoming fall showdown. Check out our breakdown and share your thoughts in the comments section. What you need to know. The stakes are high. Global combat dominance and intergalactic heavyweight supremacy. Well, that's a general idea, but who knows for sure? Determining what's at stake in the Fury versus Ngannou matchup depends on how seriously you take it. Regardless of the specific format, the significance lies in bringing together the world's most decorated heavyweight boxer and the most renowned MMA heavyweight champion. This unexpected convergence has shattered previous boundaries that seemed unattainable just a year or two ago.
I think we have to accept on both sides of this combat sport equation that these are different disciplines. I've seen different promoters try to come up with some hybrid, but until one of those things becomes a thing, these are just apples and oranges.
Ngannou has been eager to step into the boxing ring for a while, which contributed to the growing divide between him and UFC boss Dana White, leading to his release from the promotion and relinquishing his heavyweight title. He's since joined the lesser-known Professional Fighters League and intends to pursue both sports. Boxing ability. In simple terms, Tyson Fury poses numerous challenges inside a boxing ring. Standing at an impressive 6 feet 9 inches with an 85-inch reach, he can maintain a distance from his opponents using his jab, making it exceedingly difficult for them to land damaging blows while Fury delivers powerful combinations. However, Fury is more than just a defensive fighter. On occasions where he embraces his aggressive side, as seen in his second bout against Deontay Wilder, he utilizes his size advantage to march forward, overwhelming his opponents and forcing them into submission. Analyzing Francis Ngannou's boxing skills proves challenging due to the stark differences between MMA and traditional boxing. Despite fighting from a right-handed stance, he effectively employs his left hand, especially with uppercuts. Ngannou frequently switches stances during stand-up exchanges and prefers throwing combinations instead of relying on single shots. He fights aggressively, adeptly closing the distance while maintaining a high work rate with his punches. However, it's important to acknowledge an undeniable reality. When facing his most skillful boxing opponent, Cyril Gane, during their UFC match, Ngannou was effectively neutralized in the standing position for 2 rounds. Only through 4 takedowns and subsequent top control, spending nearly 8 out of the final 15 minutes in that position, Ngannou found success. In this boxing match, such grappling tactics are not an option. Thus, when comparing their boxing abilities, Ngannou's proficiency becomes inconsequential. Advantage: Fury. Punching power. Suppose you ask fans, trainers, or even Fury and Ngannou themselves. In that case, there's a strong likelihood that they'd all agree on one thing. Ngannou's best chance to compete, let alone win, a boxing match against Fury lies in landing his devastating punch. Even after 6 years, Ngannou's legendary left uppercut knockout of Alistair Overeem at UFC 218 still captivates audiences on YouTube. Dana White, the president of UFC, himself celebrated Ngannou's power leading up to Ngannou's first encounter with Stipe Miocic in 2018. His punches are like 96 horsepower, White exclaimed. That's equivalent to being hit by a Ford Escort going at full speed, and it's more powerful than a 12-pound sledgehammer coming down with full force from above. Holy shit. Fury has been knocked down 6 times in his boxing career, wearing 10-ounce gloves significantly larger than the 4-ounce gloves Ngannou wears in MMA. However, Fury has always managed to rise back up. In their recent trilogy, Fury was dropped twice in out of 3 fights against Deontay Wilder, yet he managed to get up on both occasions to salvage a draw in their first encounter in 2018 and twice more before eventually knocking out Wilder in the 11th round in 2021. Whether Ngannou's punching power can translate into the larger gloves used in boxing, and more importantly, whether he can successfully land his devastating blows, will ultimately determine his chances of being competitive in the match. Advantage: Ngannou. Defensive ability. While Fury's remarkable rise from the canvas after absorbing a combination from Wilder in their first fight remains a memorable highlight, it's worth noting that Fury also exhibits effective defensive skills. Leveraging his physical dimensions to his advantage, he possesses exceptional footwork, an impressive feat considering his size. He adeptly rolls with punches and ducks under them, evading most of Wilder's attempts to land fight-ending blows. As a result, Wilder often appeared unrefined and increasingly desperate to connect with his punches. Furthermore, when presented with opportunities for counters, Fury rarely fails to capitalize on them. Considering all these factors, NGANNOU faces a daunting challenge. He's been hit with 59% of overall strike attempts in his UFC career, and during his fight with Gane, he absorbed strikes at a staggering 74% rate. Although NGANNOU demonstrated resilience by enduring damage and continuing to deliver his strikes in his MMA losses, it remains questionable whether this approach is ideal when facing a formidable opponent like Fury. Advantage: Fury. X factors. All kidding aside, can he even box? NGANNOU is undeniably a physical phenomenon. Standing 6 feet 4 inches and weighing around 260 pounds, he possesses an impressively muscular physique that rivals the best in the WWE or the NFL. With a track record of stopping 12 out of 17 opponents, all of whom are professional MMA fighters, within just 2 rounds, NGANNOU is a force to be reckoned with. However, unless this event transforms into a pose-down or a power slap competition, NGANNOU is clearly out of his element. Fury has proven his ability to handle opponents of NGANNOU, size and even larger, with relative ease inside the boxing ring. Without the threat of takedowns as experienced by Gane in their fight, it's nearly impossible to believe that Fury has anything serious to worry about, unless he happens to be struck with a perfect blow. Therefore, unless NGANNOU willing to play it up for spectacle's sake, the outcome will likely be less than favorable for him. Fury's X Factor. Let's set aside the anticipated odds, which will likely heavily favor Fury when the official DraftKings lines are released, and instead contemplate the potential shockwave if Fury suffers a knockout defeat.
Tyson Fury's not interested really in undisputed and legacy. He wants to go out and make a load of money. Good luck to him. It's disappointing for boxing, but I get it.
Remember that Fury is a 2-time champion with an unblemished professional record, successfully avenged a draw with 2 knockout victories, and has triumphed over opponents with far greater boxing experience than NGANNOU ever possess. Assuming this event is a legitimate competition rather than a scripted WWE spectacle, a genuine loss for Fury would undoubtedly result in a chorus of laughter from those proclaiming boxing is dead. The reigning heavyweight champion would bear the enduring scars of such a defeat. While some may dismiss it as a fluke or attempt to rationalize it by suggesting that Fury didn't take the match seriously, it'd be difficult to undermine the impact on the casual fan's perception of witnessing the era's most dominant heavyweight boxer lose to someone in their first professional fight. But fear not, Tyson. There's no need to feel burdened by the weight of expectations. With that said, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you guys enjoyed it. Until next time.